Hi everyone! So I just finished The Temporary Wife by Catharina Maura. I honestly loved this book. Loved it. Not as much as I loved the first one, The Wrong Bride, but it's really close. If you don't know, this one follows Valentina and Luca. And I'm gonna call her Val because that's her nickname in the book. So Luca is the CEO of part of the Windsor empire. He is the CEO of what they I'm gonna call it their banking part. So he funds a lot of things. He funds projects, firms, businesses, things like that. Val is his secretary. She has been for 8 years now. Luca did not want her as a secretary because she had no prior work experience or anything like that. Grandma Windsor pretty much placed Val in this spot and was all like, Luca, deal with it. She's your secretary now. Sucks to be you. No matter what he has thrown at Val or done to her, he's tried to fire her, but since Grandma Windsor hired her, he can't fire her. She's never quit. 8 years go by and they're pretty much like a team at this point. He still doesn't like her that much. She hates him, but they're kind of like a partnership where she helps him with things and is there for meetings and a bunch of stuff. Eventually, it is time for Luca to get in his arranged marriage. And if you haven't seen my first video on The Wrong Bride, go watch it so you understand what I'm talking about. The woman that Grandma Windsor picks for Luca, her dad owns a hedge fund kind of thing. So merging the two would be really beneficial for the Windsor family. But she is a socialite and she's very I want my way kind of person, very bratty. And not at all what the Windsor family was expecting, I guess. They were all like, what? When it was announced. And obviously Val was very much part of the family now because Grandma Windsor invited her to one family dinner on Sundays and then she kind of just got pushed into the rest of them because Grandma Windsor was all like, if you show up to this one, now that you've shown up, you have to keep showing up. So she was there when it was announced who Luca would be marrying. His arranged wife shows up at the office a couple days, weeks later, not very long after they get married, engaged. And pretty much starts bossing Val around, being like, set up dinner reservations for us, stuff like that. And Val's like, that's not really my job kind of thing, because it's not really her job. She's a secretary, but he has a personal assistant to set up reservations and do all these other things for him. She's just his secretary and work stuff, not personal stuff. She looks at Luca and she's like, do you really want me to do this? You have somebody for this. And he's like, yeah, just get it done kind of thing, dismissing her feelings. So after that, Val is like, I should probably find my own job, find a different job, find my own life, find something that makes me happy. Because for the last 8 years, she's worked tirelessly besides him, 15-hour days, ridiculously long hours, and she's had no social life outside of work. But after that, she's kind of maybe I need to venture out and see what else is out there for me. At the same time, she's like, I like this job. I'm getting paid well. It pays for my family's needs, her mom and her grandma's. Okay, I kind of just skipped a part because they had a moment at Aries' wedding where they made out and almost went all the way, but they stopped and he said some really hurtful things to her, and they've kind of just been avoiding it since then. And so fast forward a couple months and now he's engaged and now he's asking her to set up dinner reservations, and then he asks her to send roses to this girl and she's like, no, I quit. She hands him her resignation letter after he asks her to do that. And he tears it up and he's like, I'm not losing you. No, I refuse to fight. Like, I'm not letting you go, kind of thing. And she's all like, you have 6 months to get used to the idea. I will stick around 6 months to hire someone and train them as my replacement. But in 6 months, you're gonna have to let me go. He pretty much realizes that, like, he will do anything to keep her around. And in his mind, he hasn't realized that it's like feelings for her. He just is like, oh my gosh, I can't lose her, kind of thing. He blacklists her so she can't get another job. He does a lot of things, very questionable, red flaggy things, but all in the sake of keeping her. Eventually, some things happen with her family that she needs help with, and he realizes he doesn't want to marry that other girl. He'd rather like be with Val. So he proposes that they drop a contract between the two of them, and he will supply all the care that her family needs if she marries him for 3 years. And yeah, and stays with the company, kind of thing. So of course she agrees. They get married, like spur of the moment, like same day, kind of like as they drop his contract, they're at the courthouse, like real fast. And then they have to tell Grandma Windsor that they got married and are not abiding by the arranged marriage anymore. And either she's going to disown them and take away his inheritance, or she's gonna be okay because she likes Val about it. And they have to like legit lie to her and be like, we're in love, like this is what we wanted to do. I'm sorry that we couldn't, like we did this behind your back, kind of thing. Do you think Grandma Windsor believed that shit? No. She's all like, okay, then prove it. You have like this much time to prove it to me that you guys are in love, or else you're cut off. Some other things happen and it's just not great. Pretty much to the point where at the end of the book, like, we're not sure if they're gonna make it or if their relationship with their family is gonna make it. We know nothing. By the end of the book, you know, because obviously it's happily ever after. But it was a really good book. I would recommend reading this one. It's called The Temporary Wife by Catharina Maura. So if you haven't read it, I would definitely go check it out. I would definitely recommend reading the first one, which is The Wrong Bride, first, before reading this one. Just because those characters, like, they're all interconnected. I'm going to get spoilers either way. Thank you for watching my video, and I hope you guys enjoyed. And I will see you in the next one.